Many people today claim that God does not exist. Some of the greatest scientific minds of our day have come to the table to try to prove that God does not exist. But do they have any actual evidence? Science has given us concrete, observable, and verifiable experiments with proven results, and also theories, hypotheses, and ideas. There's nothing wrong with theories, testing things and hypotheses. The problem is creating theories and labeling them as facts, before all the evidence is in. Errors have been made under the banner of science before. We have had wonderful discoveries, and also theories, hypotheses, and ideas, some of which have led to great discoveries, others of which have been proven wrong. Science tells us they know the age of the Earth. Rocks in Canada and New Zealand get labeled as a few billion years old. So assumptions are made that the Earth is older than that, and these rocks are used as a foundational measuring stick for other items. But what if the dating on the rocks is wrong? Are we doing scientific guesswork at that point? In one case, a bone fragment was taken in, and it was determined to be millions of years old. Later on, that bone was found to be from someone's dog. But regardless of how old you see the Earth, problems still arise when you figure out how you get the complexity of creation without a creator. And an old Earth may pose as many problems as a young Earth. Scientists claim that the Earth would need to spend a lot of time cooling down after its creation, leaving some 400 million years for evolution to take place. And you're left dealing with issues such as how to form an amino acid. You need the right bonds between them. You have right-handed and left-handed ones, and they have to link up in the correct sequence. And this just gets you one very basic protein molecule. To get a cell, you would need 500 of these protein molecules. Amino acids randomly interacting for hundreds of trillions of years are not going to magically create life. Things do evolve and change over time. We have all kinds of new species and varieties. This is called microevolution. But it has its limits. Dinosaurs did not turn into birds, and monkeys did not turn into men. Pond scum did not rise up to form humans. Over the millions of years that this supposedly would have taken place, there would be hundreds of millions or hundreds of trillions of transitional fossils. Transitional fossils, or the missing link, are still missing. This is not due to lack of effort or lack of imagination. We have Cro-Magnon man and Neanderthal man. These were originally considered human by scientists, and then downgraded to that of an ape-like creature. The Neanderthal man has a low forehead, long narrow skull, protruding upper jaw, are deep-chested large-boned individuals, with a strong build. Neanderthals were human in every respect. The cranium capacity, which relates to brain size, is actually larger than modern man. It appears that the missing link here is that some skeletons show rickets or arthritis. We have the Nebraska man, pushed by the media as the missing link. Entire displays were created and numerous pictures published, replicating this man with his entire family. It was later found that a single pig tooth and a human skull were used for the creation of Nebraska man. Lucy, Java man, and the Piltdown man encountered similar fates. We have a few experiments that have been used as evidence for evolution, that are taught in schools around the country, and are still found in some high school and college textbooks. The 1953 Miller-Urey experiment, in which some of the chemical building blocks of life were created by sending an electric spark through a mixture of gases, which were supposed to simulate the Earth's primitive atmosphere. Some simple organic compounds were created, and it was presented as how life originated. But the problem in this experiment was that they had to make an assumption on Earth's early atmosphere. This early atmosphere would not have contained any oxygen, as if oxygen was present. The experiment would have literally been blown up. Most scientists today reject this theory, but it's still being used as an example. We have Darwin's Tree of Life, which shows the branching pattern that would result from this process and shows how species are related through evolutionary history. But this is problematic, as fossil records show all of the fossils arriving on the scene right at the start, referred to as the Cambrian explosion. Haeckel's embryos still get pushed in textbooks. These pictures show early vertebrate embryos that were drawn from various classes of vertebrates to show they're virtually identical in the earlier stages. Yet these are faked drawings. The drawings were doctored a bit, deliberately distorted to fit this theory. This was exposed in the 1860s, yet many people still remember the drawings from their childhood. But while the educational institutions and media thrive on pushing theories, there is dissent within the scientific community. According to Larry Hatfield in Science Digest, scientists who utterly reject evolution may be one of our fastest growing controversial minorities. Many of the scientists supporting this position hold impressive credentials in science. They issued a defiant statement. We are skeptical of claims for the ability of random mutation and natural selection to account for the complexity of life. Monkey teeth will continue to be filed down to represent humans, and bones will be bleached and stories will be created. Facts will be twisted and fables will be spun. If faith is meant to be questioned and explored, so can scientific hypotheses. But we do have the answer. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. His fingerprints are all over his creation. The complexity of creation is before us, and it's meant to be discovered, explored, and felt.